Hi guys, Craig Rivers here from Rivers End Outdoors, and I want to touch on a couple of things that I've been thinking about for a while now. And we're always talking about bugging out. I'm always talking about bugging out, and I'm always talking about things you can do and you can make, and that makes life a little easier when you're out in the wilderness. And this is more along the lines of something you should kind of have ready to go. And what I would do is, if I were you, or if I were people out there that are worried or concerned and think they might need to get out into the boonies at some point, what I would do is I'd get all your traps ready and get a duffel bag. You don't need a big duffel bag, one that's 2 feet long. And these traps here are the old spring type traps. This is a small version of a Coyote Trap, but it's a good trap. And I have a bunch of these I've collected over the years. Now these are rusty, but they'll still work. Now, if you were worried about it, you could sandblast them and clean them up. Now, I know with Coyote Traps, most of my friends boil them, and then they smear them with walnut stain or walnut oil to get the human smell off them. And they have pretty good luck with their coyotes. I saw an image of a friend of mine that had a coyote in a trap on his trail cam, and the poor coyote was stuck, and there was actually 3 big pigs ready to come in and pounce on him. So I don't know, we don't know whatever happened, if they actually did or what. But so again, these traps work good, and you don't have to be a good trapper to use them. You can set these and put them down in a hole where a critter is, and the critter running over it will actually snap the trap. And I've done it before. The only thing you got to do is you got to kind of watch it, because these smaller ones, where you use them on ground squirrels, the squirrels will actually chew their legs off and escape. So you'll pull the trap out and you'll have a leg. So you got to check them all the time. I'm not even sure these are legal in my state, so I want to disclose that. You got to check your trapping laws, and to make sure you can use them in your area. But the thing is, for a survival situation, I don't think you need to be concerned about that, and nobody's going to fault you if you're trying to feed yourself or your family or whatever. So, these types of traps here, these what I call miniature coyote traps, I got a ton of them, collected them over the years. Those, and even some of these Victor rat traps, all this stuff will fit in a bag, and have it ready to go. Now with these, they'll work on small squirrels and rodents and whatnot, but the only thing you'll want to do with these is you'll want to drill a hole in it and tie it off with a piece of paracord. And I've actually seen videos where guys use these, and they'll drill a hole in there, drill 2 holes, one on the trigger and one on the line, and then they'll put it on a plank and use it to catch fish. Basically what happens is the fish will tug on it, pulls the trigger, and the catch bar snaps and sets the hook, so you catch your fish. They work real good. In fact, a guy, Greg Evans, that I had seen on YouTube, had done that with a trap before, and he had really good luck with it. So the other thing is I want to talk about these things. These things are oak balls. And actually, I haven't tried to use them as tinder or something to carry a spark with me, but I suspect they'll work. But there's some history behind these oak balls. You take these oak balls and you grind them up and mix them with iron oxide, and it makes a kind of a blue color. They turn blue, and basically, or the solution turns blue. Basically, the Declaration of Independence and maybe even the Constitution was done with ink, and what they did is made out of oak balls. And what they did is they added honey to make it stickier so that it would stick. And, you know, of course it would dry out, the moisture would dry out, and it was permanent. I read that somewhere, and but the thing that I discovered was my daughter and I went fishing a couple weeks ago. We didn't have any luck catching fish. I did a little bit of filming. I was really disappointed on the water situation and how the rivers were low, and you know, there probably wasn't anything to catch, and the water was so low. There were a couple people that were out on a sandbar or like a little island, and I'm thinking, well, what the heck? How'd those people get out there? So we were kind of fishing a little bit deeper spot, and we're waiting, and here these people come walking across the water. Well, the water was only 2 feet deep. So needless to say, we didn't have much luck fishing that day, and we actually went to a couple other different locations and didn't look much better, and we finally gave up that day. However, we stopped at a little bait shop when we were going down there and ran across a guy that said, hey, if you want some crawdads, I can show you how to catch some crawdads out of the ditch real quick. And we said, sure, why not? And he took us over, and he had a kind of an unusual technique for catching crawdads, and I was shocked. He had a pool screen on a pole, swimming pool screen on a pole, and he would just drag it up on the side of the ditch through the grass and then dump it on the bank, and there was a ton of crawdads in there. I guess they get in the grass or whatever, but I thought that was kind of neat. But what he did is he gave my daughter a fishing float, and what it is it's one of these oak balls, and he basically shoved a rod through there and glued it and then painted it. And I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of a neat thing. I mean, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, and I got to make everything out of everything. And this is something I never thought of. And great idea. And we didn't get a chance to try it, but you know, if you want to catch bass, basically you hook your crawdads on here with your line, and you can catch some bass. So the other thing is you guys probably think I'm doing a coffee commercial. Well, I'm not. What it is this is a coffee container, and it's got a flip lid, and it's still got coffee in it. And what I did is I made myself, quite a while ago, there's dust on this thing, but I made myself a Minnow Trap. So what I did is I took a soda bottle and put it in one end, cut the top portion of the coffee container off, and punched a bunch of holes in there and wrapped the screen around there, and then laced it all together. Now this thing is really cool because what it's got is a trap door, and you can just dump your minnows out. And so I thought that was kind of neat. And if the hinge gets, because it's plastic, gets worn out and breaks or whatever, just get another coffee jar, take the lid off of it, and you're good to go. So all of these things, basically your minnow trap, your rat traps, a few of your other traps, that'll all fit in a duffel bag. And you know, and you can have it ready to go if you need it. And you know, throw some paracord in there with it, and you know, maybe a couple short pieces of rope. I think it's a good idea to have stuff ready to go. And of course, I should practice what I preach. I've been looking around, and I noticed that I got backpacks laying all over. I got little shovels laying all over. I got half a dozen different mess kits, canteens. All my stuff is scattered. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I really need to get organized. Even I think if I was to do a 7-day survival challenge or something like that, I'd have to gather all my gear and get ready to go, and it'd take me a while just to find it all. So, well, I got a little bit bigger ranch, and I got other buildings and whatnot. You guys have seen my my lodge barn. So I got stuff everywhere, and I think we all need to do that. Get a little more organized and have things put away and ready to go if you need them. It makes you feel better. You feel a little more comfortable, and you don't have to worry about stuff like, oh, where did I put my canteen? Oh, where did I put my, other items, my knife, my flashlight. In fact, this evening when I was getting ready to make this video, I'm wearing my old hat. I can't find my damn hat. So, there you go. So again, in case you're just joining us now, you're watching Craig Rivers at Rivers End Outdoors, and just kind of trying to pull everything together and show you a few things that I'd learned and figured out. And I hope everybody's doing well out there. But again, this is kind of a cool thing. And Minnow Trap, easy to make. I mean, I laced it together with fishing line. And, it's better. You won't have to get out. If you're out in the boonies and you're trying to survive, you won't have to like scrounge around for water bottles and milk jugs and crap to make a minnow trap. Just throw this thing in your duffel, take it along with you. And there's other traps too. One of the things I wanted to do was show you guys how to make a simple box trap. And I mean, it is simple. I made these things when I was a kid. And I actually found one on the ranch when I was younger, the ranch that we were living at. Found it out in the barn. And I kept looking at it and looking at it. I wasn't sure what it was. I kept looking at it and looking at it. And then it's like, oh, that's a trap. And then once I figured it out, it's like I made a whole bunch of them. And they work really good. And perfect for rabbits and squirrels or whatever, even birds if you set it up right. So that's something I want to show you guys. And I hope you're all doing good. I guess we got other issues with COVID coming up with variants and whatnot. Keep your family safe. Stay safe. Again, this is Craig Rivers with Rivers End Outdoors. Please like and subscribe. I hope you like my video content. Feel free to ask questions because I'm a goofball for knowledge. I got a lot of information. And if you have any questions or concerns, I might be able to help you out, or might have an idea or something. I don't know. But anyway, please like and subscribe and comment. Please comment. Thank you so much. Craig Rivers. I will see you next time on the next video. Bye now.